Masters and guests, nature goes the same way to create a human body which creates a thought. Hence, a rose is not a rose without a thorn, without a stem in the rose garden. For those masters and guests tonight, I want to know if you have ever rumbled in the garden. Have you ever rumbled in the garden? Always stand your ground if you are going to rumble in a rose garden. You don't have enough room to thank everyone. And therefore, the only rose in the room tonight, this lovely lady, I want to know, Miss, have you ever rumbled in a garden? You don't have to answer. But have you ever rumbled in 1600 garden?
Oh Lord.
You don't have to answer that. But if you start from birth and list everyone who has ever come into your life, some of those exchanges, interactions, both good and bad, makes who you are today. Men and women rumble for several reasons. And tonight, we have some Chinese who did rumble in this room tonight. People rumble for pleasure. Some men rumble to get their point across. I mean, sometimes getting their point in. However, you must remember, in order to rumble, you must be good at it. We rumble for family values. Judgment in a garden. How do you raise your son versus your daughter? In that Carrie's days, they did it one way. In Daisy days, they did it that way. Today, we have changed the way in which we raise our boys versus our girls. If you realize marriage today, it creates an automatic rumble. Men come from different backgrounds, different world, different expectations. Sometimes they don't know how to manage a house, how to spend their money. Women look more towards managing their hair, their nails.
Seriously?
Men look to manage more their drinks, their cars, their gifts. I want you tonight to recognize that men and women rumble differently. If we look at Brother J.C. Sweeting, for example, his club, he's been rumbling in marriage for 55 years. And he's been rumbling Toastmasters for 42 years. You just heard Brother Ed Carey, who's rumbling in marriage is going to be for 50 years. And has been in Toastmasters since it started, for 49 years. These men are great examples in our club who've rumbled the day before. Today, most of our men are scared to rumble. They fail to rumble in relationship because they don't want to get hurt. I believe some of us lack emotional awareness because some people do not want to rumble. Some men want to rumble with men.
What?
No. Those are days when we were young, we used to fight one another with hands.
Not tonight.
Now men are scared to fight with hands today. They want to rumble with men for the wrong reason.
No, sir.
It takes a lot of money for some men to rumble. It takes time and headache for them to rumble. They're not getting a peace. I don't want to rumble.
Something wrong.
Men must rumble with women today. Stand up. Stay up. And there you will rumble with great effect. I saw an article today, somebody showed me, this is the International Year of the Pen is Writing. And it speaks to the fact that, you know, in order to stay up, you have a job to do. But in order to do it, you have to learn to understand as men, we have a task to fulfill. And in so doing, we must understand the purpose of our own life. If I give an example of my life, I use the phrase, failure contains the seed of success. Hence, why I joined Toastmasters. I was going through my divorce and I felt really uncomfortable with the world. I didn't know where to turn. And I visited many of my friends' homes, and I went to one home. On the wall was a lot of plaques and awards. And I asked a good gentleman, what was this all about? He says, Toastmasters. And I said, one day I'm going to join it. But I wasn't ready to join it at that point in time because I was so hurt. That gentleman's name was today's our Deputy Prime Minister, Brave Davis. And out of his home, I had many mentors. I would go to Ed Carey's club, and he would teach me a lot about Toastmasters. Yes, we would rumble with a beer or a wine, but at the end of the day, I learned from these great men. But life was not good for me during divorce. I never thought about drinking. I thought the best way to rumble was the affluence of women. To me, that was the best gift God has given to men. But I was told once by a lady, I have smallpox. I was very embarrassed by that. However, I had to learn the art of the Negroes. And it's a step. But in life, I came to 1600 that year, and I thought everything was lost. However, great men in this cup, they supported me. They embraced me with great content. Today, I see younger Toastmasters in the club. I see some of them can't drink effectively. They take 2 drinks and they start to argue. Look at Toastmasters care, been drinking for all these years, never got drunk. So you take 2 drinks and you're So in life, I have learned we have come from different backgrounds. And if you're going to rumble in the garden and you seek towards marriage, as an institution, you must learn it effectively. And I asked a question. There's a book called Brothers, Lust, and Love. Thoughts on manhood, sex, and romance. And in an article here, I want to ask you this question. Bear with me. Things I want you to think about. Do you know any woman who acts sweet to get a man and then changes after they've gotten him?
Yep.
Why do you think they do
And that's
that?
every woman.
What can women who feel uncomfortable about their men wanting space and time alone do to assure themselves that his time alone is a good thing for their relationship? Another point. Have you and your significant other come to an agreement on what expenses are acceptable and necessary within your relationship? If married, have you and your husband come to an agreement on what your necessary expense you have? Have you constructed a plan to achieve your financial goal as a couple? Too often, men and women, they rumble in their rose garden. I want to ask you again, fellow Toastmasters, what things can you do to make time with your man something he looks forward to soothing his mind? Women sometimes fail to soothe their men, and they're afraid to rumble in his garden. When they get behind closed doors, men are afraid to rumble. The question is why?
Why?
But the true nature of reality, have you ever seen a cock and a hen rumble? I'm a veterinarian, and so I look at my animals all the time. It's my pleasure to look them perform. And the cock will chase the hen throughout the ordeal until she gives up. His plumage, his wings, his endearment allows her to do so, just like the men. But eventually she gives up for the benefit of humanity, because all of us benefit from that hen. We get the gift of an egg, and we eat it. We get the gift of the meat, and we eat it. And therefore, when you rumble in the garden, this is a product of life, a product of humanity. And so not all rumbling is bad. But today, we have people who rumble for all the wrong reasons. But I know in this club that all of you, if not most of you, except the lad, we go to work every day. We work hard. We are ordinary heroes in our own lives. we strive to improve ourselves despite being stereotyped, despite being in the negative statistics, and the destruction image of ourselves found in the media today. Look how many black men are stereotyped for the wrong reason. But today, we need our women to rumble in our rose garden with us, to support us and to embrace us. If I ask the young ladies tonight in this club, have you ever rumbled with your rose in the garden? You don't have to answer. However,
She knows.
the important thing is that you must always rumble with faith, through love, and happiness. And one of JC quotes always say, don't get mad, don't get even, just get better in that rose garden. Brothers and masters and guests, we must seek a coming together rather than a pushing apart as men. The question I want to ask you, fellow Toastmasters and guests, why women expect too much from men and why men want too little from women? Think about it. The thing that men want to change about women, why you want to change women rather than changing ourselves? The real reason is not so hard for us to see, because